What do you think are some of the solutions to fill these voids in Hollywood when it comes to people of color, Black and brown and indigenous people?
Well, first of all, I think that we need to know when being an ally, that word is such a white word, but being that is, it has to do with you shutting up and listening. And also, it's all about the creative end. Because I think so many of these opportunities aren't happening. Besides that, the money's not being put there. I think it has everything to do with us unifying and specifically elevating each other's voices instead of looking where we can insert ourselves, if that makes sense, especially when it comes to stories we haven't seen at all.
Right.
But I'm very, very aware of the fact that you have seen more Latin shows of people that look like me than anyone else. It's me or lighter.
Yeah.
And that's not okay. And also, I think for people who look like me, people are scared to feel like they've done something wrong. And it just doesn't make sense to me about learning. If you did something wrong, like, be open to be educated about something. You don't have to be defensive.
Right.
When somebody's explaining to you that they're hurt or they've been, misrepresented, like, how is that something to be defensive over and not like, I need to support? How do I make sure this person doesn't feel like this anymore?
Right.
And I think that's tough too, because that's, again, you feel like you have to speak for everyone, but that's not the case if you're giving a platform for other people to share their stories as well, I think. But how do we go about it? I don't know, because like, my ass is just, you tell me where to stand, I say the lines you gave me.
Yeah.
I'm trying to branch out of that. But I'm just hopeful that when I'm given more responsibility and given more, power, that we put it in the right places. And you have to be okay with being wrong. That's it.
That's right. So when we do talk about the using your platforms, and you say that it's important, for people to use their platforms, and you see people who have bigger platforms than you that don't.
What?
But sometimes though, I feel like they put the microphone in front of the wrong faces.
Yeah.
Right. And then you hear people saying some things and then they trend. And, it's like when Kanye says something crazy and then people go crazy and they're like, look, Black people, look what Kanye said, as if Kanye West is the Martin Luther King of today. Like, we have to put people in their proper places. Latin people are no different. When we have, just because somebody's famous doesn't mean they're our representatives. And
no, just don't think that. Like, especially with me, listen, I am an expert in absolutely fucking nothing. Like, nothing. I am just, at the end of the day, like, trying to leave this world better than I got it, and that's not necessarily like I need a gold star for that, but it's also like, I don't know. I'll go off on a tangent, but
please do, though. It's okay.
Like, we just, as an actor, like, that just because you recognize my face doesn't mean you should think I can lead you anywhere. And I'm not speaking for anyone else but myself and anyone else's journey and what they feel like they can do. But for me, at least, I know a lot recently, especially with that op-ed, I'm getting asked to do a lot of lives about mental health. And I am not an expert in mental health. And that puts me in a very uncomfortable position where I never want to give the wrong information out,
Right.
So I always try to lead with, I am such an advocate for mental health, but I am not an expert by any means.
Yeah.
Like, God knows what's going on in here. I should probably.
I know. I'm waiting on my therapist to call me back.
Right?
But,
get off the live.
I'm triggered as we speak. No, because I think it's important for us to say stuff like that, because, like, not some people trending on Twitter, they're going off. People are mad because this person said that. And I'm like, just because somebody's famous doesn't mean they're smart. Just because somebody's famous doesn't mean that they're informed or know what they're talking about.
Or an activist.
Yes.
Like, I did something recently where they were like, activist. I was like, oh my God, do not call me an activist. Like, I know activists. Do not just throw that, under my name because I retweeted something. Like, for the love of God, there are people that are actually doing the work every single minute of every day.
Yeah.
Like, I just, that makes me so uncomfortable.